Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, today I want to tell you about Poetry Alone by Maya Angelou. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Atania Primatulaji, my student number 271, and I'm from class H. Before I start, I want to show you a snippet of Poetry Alone by Maya Angelou.
Lying, thinking, last night, how to find my soul a home where water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not stone. I came up with one thing, and I don't believe I am wrong, that nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone. Nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone. There are some millionaires with money they can't use. Their wives run round like bunches. Their children sing the blues. They've got expensive doctors to cure their hearts of stone. But nobody, no, nobody, can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone. Nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone. Now, if you listen closely, I'll tell you what I know. Storm clouds are gathering. The wind is gonna blow. The race of men is suffering, and I can hear the more. 'Cause nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone. Alone, all alone. Nobody, but nobody, can make it out here alone.
The speaker gender is never specified in the poem. However, we can reasonably assume that Maya Angelou is the speaker, as it expresses her feeling about her own life experience. The speaker easily doesn't need to address anyone in particular. Like the poem conclusion, she speaks to third person, accessible, the listener, and confident in her feelings in this person while also sending a message of warning. And then I want to discuss about elements of this poetry. There are 4 elements. The first, stanza. Second, metaphor and symbolize. Third, alliteration and assonance. And the last is tone. First, I want to discuss about stanza. The first stanza, the reader is taken into the mind of the speaker in the very first line, and it soon becomes apparent that, after some reflection, the speaker has come to quite a profound conclusion. Nobody can make it in the world alone. Chris met a woman at a wall and says to her, "Everyone who drinks of this water shall thirst again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." And again, and the tempter came and said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command this stone to become loaves of bread." The second stanza, this is a kind of refrain, a new repeat of the last 3 lines of the previous stanza. We repeat, well, this place must more emphasis on the idea that nobody is an island, that nobody will survive by being alone. The third stanza, leaving the personal empathy of the opening lines, the speaker introduced the idea that world alone cannot bring spiritual well-being and happiness. Having too much money only isolates people further. The word pence comes from Irish mythology and is usually a female spirit entity who warns other family members of impending doom and death, but at this specific point means a wild and restless, wailing and screaming type of person. In short, you can have all the money in the world, but you may still lose your soul. The last stanza, the reader is urged to listen closely because the speaker has something important to say about the state of society and the suffering of the human race. There is a kind of apocalyptic feel to the lines, as if something awful is about to happen or is already happening. The call for togetherness is heard again. Metaphorical storm or brewing, human soul has to work together for the common good of all. And then metaphor and symbolize. First, I want to discuss about metaphor. To cure their hearts of stone, the wealthy people are so deeply isolated and disconnected from human emotion that they are incapable of feeling anything. For this reason, doctor cannot cure them of their depression. And then symbolize. Their wife run around like benches. In Arise folklore, benches are female spirits who wail about impending death. The wives of millionaires are presumably spending their fortune constantly and filling their days with usual activity until one day they die. And then alliteration and assonance. First, alliteration. Nobody but nobody. While the word nobody is technically repeated, the and consonant sound is also an example of alliteration. And then assonance, lying thinking. The repetition of ing in both words creates assonance with the I wolf sound. The sound makes the speaker appear tired and restless. Thank you for watching my video. Forgive me if I have many mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.